How are you? Glad you could join us again. Today we're going to talk about some crazy price expectations for XRP. We'll look at the market and I'll share my thoughts on how high I think XRP can go and whether or not I think it's possible. Let's hit the like button and see if we can get 500 likes before I start our movie for today. Thank you very much for that. Are you new to the channel? If so, why not subscribe to stay up to date on all the crypto news we post here at Cheeky Crypto. Guys, let's not waste any more time and get started. Okay, guys, let's talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum for a bit so that we can fully understand and enjoy the XRP price predictions. The Bitcoin and Ethereum price expectations that you guys have given me over the next few months or so will be the main focus of this discussion. You can decide for yourself if these predictions are reasonable. And when we think about how high XRP could go compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is really, really important. At the time that this movie was made, Bitcoin was worth about $61,500. But since this was taped a few days ago, the price will be a little different. But that doesn't really matter because today's video is all about price predictions. By now, we should be able to tell that Bitcoin's market value is $1.2 trillion, right? This is a pretty good amount to think about. I think it's going to be $1.2 trillion after 9 times, right? A lot of people didn't think these numbers would come true. A few years ago, a lot of people thought these numbers were impossible. I remember when Bitcoin was just starting out and people were talking about how big the market for Bitcoin could get. A lot of people said that was impossible. It's not going to happen. It's fake magic money on the internet. Putting money into Bitcoin is not a good idea. That kind of value will never be put on it. You must be talking nonsense, right? That sounds a lot like the comments and other things you saw in the early days of Bitcoin. The same was true for Ethereum in its early days. So many issues. Proof of work was so much better than proof of stake. We saw new technology used in places other than Ethereum. With smart contracts and other features, Ethereum really took off. The market value of Ethereum also went up. With Bitcoin's market cap at $1.197 trillion, there are a lot of people who are guessing what the price will be in the future. The price right now is $61,000, and we can see that people are talking about future prices of $500,000, $1 million, and so on for each BTC. See, I'm going to make a worksheet to talk about. How high do you think Bitcoin could really go? A lot of people talk about $500 million BTC. In that case, a Bitcoin worth $500 million would have a market value of $9.8 trillion in that case. So the question is, do you think it's possible for Bitcoin's market value to reach $9.8 trillion? Since this video is about XRP, we'll talk about how much people think it will be worth in the future and how that relates to the market cap. This is because a lot of people say Bitcoin could go to $500,000 or $1 million in one word. We can also see that the Ethereum spot ETFs are coming soon. Okay, those stocks are going to really go through the roof, but they won't be the only ones with spot ETFs. Recently, it was reported that Solana's had filed for spot ETFs. They won't be the only ones, though. I think XRP will be next on the list, right? When we look at Bitcoin's $9.8 trillion market cap, do you think that's a real amount of money? Let me know in the comments below. Then let's talk a bit about Ethereum. At the time this movie was made, Ethereum was worth $3,400, right? The market value is between $400,000 and $5 billion. We've seen the end of the market kind of blow up a lot on Ethereum, but it hasn't really made those big moves from its ETF play yet. I think that the value of Ether will grow very quickly. When it comes to the altcoin market, Ethereum is in the lead, so I'm going to talk about its market cap and price forecasts. We can call Bitcoin the OG because it's the one that big investors are talking about. It has a lot of support and is the one that was picked, right? A lot of people think it's the only real cryptocurrency. Now, I think the market for altcoins will go through the roof with Ethereum spot ETF leading the way. Because of this, a lot of people have been guessing what the price of Ethereum will be. The highest price predictions I've seen are for $30,000 or even more. The market value of all ETH coins would be $3.6 trillion if each one was worth $30,000. Remember that the market value is $405 billion right now. In this light, we need to ask ourselves again, do we believe that a market cap of $3.6 trillion is possible? Maybe $30,000 is too much for Ethereum. Feel free to tell me in the space below. Of course, we could cut that in half and offer $15,000 instead, which would be much more reasonable. A lot of people think that $15,000 is way more likely than not to happen. That's a $1.8 trillion. Yes, Ethereum is worth $1.8 trillion on the market. Do you really believe that's possible anyway? We also need to think about where XRP stands in comparison to the rest of the market. We're number 7 in terms of market cap right now, right? So XRP is in 7th place by market cap. They would say things like, you're stupid, you'll never reach the all-time high, isn't it a fake coin? A lot of people were burned in the first few days of 2017, 2018, and 2019. After that, things start to get better in 2020, which gives Jay Clayton a chance to hit it back down again. Gary Gensler has also not helped in any way. We know there have been problems along the way. A lot of people have lost a lot of money, and the SEC in the US is living up to their mission statement. So we know that a lot of people are hurt and are acting based on their feelings instead of logic and reason when it comes to XRP. When we think about, say, a lot of the comments out there, I don't think they are. in fact correct. It's not based on any real facts that they say XRP is a scam coin. It's not useful, or it will never reach new all-time highs. If we want to do something different, we can use the information in the charts to watch how buyers who are buying and selling XRP right now act. So we can see and follow a move from $5.59, $9, $11.26, 6. This doesn't tell us what the basics will look like, though. Once the case between the SEC and Ripple is settled or over, right? Once that's over, new information will be available, and we might really go over $11.26, 6 of fear of missing out, right? This is a list of options that are not based on any technical information right now. At this point, all we can do is guess based on the information we have access to and use our smart, logical thoughts to make plans for where we think things are going. It's possible to guess that the real prices of these things will be much higher than these numbers. When we put that number into the formula, we get a market cap of $627 billion, which is 23.7 times where it is now. This doesn't seem too far-fetched when compared to where Ethereum would be worth at $15,000 or $1.8 trillion. I also think this is very likely to happen once the SEC vs. Ripple case is over. We can see that XRP has the possibility for a big run to the upside from all of these different points of view, from the smaller numbers to the slightly larger ones. We could, of course, guess even more and talk about much higher numbers like $35, which would be a 1.618 Fibonacci level. We could plug that into our worksheet here if we saw that on the charts. We can also talk about what $35 would look like. Well, XRP being worth $35 would be the same as Ethereum being worth $15,000. Both have a market value of $1.9 trillion. From where it is now, this would be a 73.6x. I don't think there would be a switch between XRP and Ethereum, though. Personally, I think that if XRP reached $35, Ethereum would be close to $25,000 at that point, and its market value would reach $3 trillion. But once more, I'm just a guy on YouTube looking at numbers and guessing where things might be going. What do you think the price of XRP will be? Write your answer in the box below. Click the like button if you like today's movie and learn something from it. Sign up if you're new. Have you watched this movie yet? If not, do so now to stay up to date in the crypto space.